The Triforce, 3 brilliant ancient triangles that house the power of the golden goddesses. It's an elusive force from Ocarina of Time, and nobody knows where to get it. But perhaps there is a way, for many have certainly tried. Make sure to watch part 1 to be fully caught up. It's only a 10-minute watch. For now, we will head straight back into the hunt for the artifact, the Triforce. Well, we figure out eventually that Kenneth Burton was full of baloney. VGX tried it all, and while he says there's the faintest possibility that he missed something or the description was improper, it had no merit. What was thought to be the biggest rumor yet was another dead one. But fret not, Miyamoto himself had possibly given a hint. The page reads as follows. Apparently, there is some message going around that at a press conference, Miyamoto revealed some real cryptic poem that is supposed to lead to the Triforce. In all honesty, I think someone may have made this up. It was never on Nintendo.com, IGN, Videogames.com, or any of the big-name gaming websites. You would think that it would appear there first if it was from a press conference. This is probably yet another bogus rumor about something that is probably not in the game. If you seek to open the gate, the key you seek is shadowed fate. In the secrets that lie beneath the ground is where the wisdom required is found. To find the third force of power, first you must seek the sacred flower. When the 3 gather all in one place, then you shall see the sacred one's face. Onto the realm through the gates you pass. Before you will stand a magnificent mass. 3 stone structures with names familiar to you. The name of the gods, Din, Farour, and Nehru. Yeah, right. But if there is a glimmer of hopes that it is real, then here's an analysis of it. Okay, the shadowed fate thing could be one of 2 things. The Shadow Temple, or the Temple of Time. This also could be representative of playing the Song of Time or the Nocturne of Shadow. Apparently, there is a hole in the wall and the ground. The sacred flower could be anything. Here are some wild ideas. Blue fire, a plant you have to pull up. After going to the sacred realm, you will find a large structure or blocking passage. There will be 3 statues of Din, Farour, and Nehru. I personally don't verify any of this as working, so try it if you have nothing better to do. Reading that poem, I felt some ominous force deep within me. Nobody really turned up anything from that, but perhaps we're getting closer to somewhere, to something. VGX certainly did. Later on, someone sent a picture that caught his interest and started a new investigation. The sender leaves VGX with this tidbit of information. I saw your Triforce rumors area and made it my quest as well. It does exist. I have the gold cart, so I can't speak for the Greys, but can't imagine there is any difference in them. What a jip that'd be. I spent about 25 hours over 3 weeks looking for this thing, so there is no way in hell I'm going to tell anybody how to get it. They can suffer too. I hate players' guides. All I will say is that the postings on your rumors page are wild goose chases. The way to get it is much more logical. Those people are frustrated dumbasses giving people the runaround. F that. After you find it, you'll basically just say, why didn't I think of this a month ago? Of course, we have to fully analyze the picture for its authenticity. Previously, the goose chase rumors are only given 25% certainty. Ken Burton's rumor is given 50% certainty, but this is 75% certain according to VGX. As he looks at the image more closely, we see that the red circles show the distance between the Triforce and the medallions, and they are almost identical to the undoctored screen. The S's also indicate shading that is just like the screen normally is. This helps out the rumor even more. There is one area marked with the green circle that has suspicious shading, but overall this picture is very convincing for the Odyssey of Hyrule's sake. However, this never turned up anything, just like the poem, it seems. VGX says that since then, he hasn't been able to confirm the existence of an obtainable Triforce appearing on the quest status. So then, the rumor was left unconfirmed, unfortunately, but it really did give VGX a run for his money. So emails and rumors about Miyamoto can mean one thing, but how about photographic evidence? And not just one brief picture of a Triforce on the select screen, but multiple in-game screenshots. Video Gamer X monitored a site called the Land of Hyrule, where someone named Ariana from Colombia posted a way to finally get the Triforce. Pictures included Link in front of the legendary relic, playing a song called the Overture of the Sages. not the song of the sages, guys, and entering the Temple of Light. All three of these things have never been discovered by any player at that point. The Odyssey of Hyrule takes these pictures to heart because they confirmed various theories about the Temple of Light and Rauru, for one thing. VGX swears that these pictures are legitimate because it would be too hard to modify the picture or the game itself. In fact, Ariana is so proud of her accomplishments that she thinks she deserves an award from Nintendo, or at least a discount on the next game. She's reluctant to release the information, and when she does give it, it's vague and even skips step 2, saying she'll come out with it 1 month later or else you'll have to find it for yourself. That's pretty inconvenient for us though. Anyway, she says the key to getting the Triforce is to get to the Temple of Light. This didn't happen in the normal game because Link lifted the seal and Ganondorf entered the Sacred Realm. If the player could skip that step, you can get to the temple and see the Triforce flying in front of your eyes, according to Ariana. Well, here's what she says about it. Step 1. First of all, you should know that Kaepora Gaebora is Rauru incarnated. The owl is Rauru helping you at the beginning of the game. If you want to know from where I get this information, go to the Sacred Forest Meadow at the Lost Woods and talk to the 2 Gossip Stones in there. They don't say that Rauru is the owl, but they suggest this theory, and in fact, Rauru is Kaepora Gaebora. This is actually pretty interesting because the Kaepora Gaebora theory has been around since '98 in the game's conception. It has since then been confirmed. Funny to look back and see how we got some things right in the long run after all. Step 2. I will not include Step 2. You'll have to find this part of the chain by yourselves, or wait a month until I reveal everything. Step 3. Somewhere, sometime, Kaepora Gaebora, that is Rauru, will teach you a song. A song that you must learn, like the Scarecrow song, so write it down on paper or try to remember it. The Overture of Sages is called and goes like this. Of course, you must learn the song in the game, therefore nothing will happen if you play the ocarina, so don't be a fool and say that the melody doesn't work. By the way, you will learn this melody when you're a child. Step 4. Okay, now this is pretty simple. Go to the Temple of Time before you get the sword. If you get the sword and become an adult, then this will never work. Stand in front of the Master Sword, don't get it please, and play the Overture of Sages. Step 5. Just watch the cinema display showing Link traveling to the Temple of Light. If you follow the story, you'll see that this time you'll not be sealed inside the temple just as the regular way, and therefore Ganondorf will not be able to get the Triforce because the seal is still intact because you didn't move the sword. Next steps. Rauru will talk and talk about you, him, Hyrule, the Triforce, and so on. He will ask you if you want to see the sacred relic. Eventually he'll show it to you inside a dark room or something like that. Rauru stands in front of you. The camera moves to an angle from behind Link. Rauru will move his arms and a hole will open in the ceiling. You'll see a light beam. The room will turn blue. And one by one the Triforces will come out from the hole and will get together. Then there's a rotation of the camera around the whole scene. You can even see the Triforce from behind, and inside the triangle that is formed, you can see Link looking at it. Then Link will move forward as if he would like to touch it, but Rauru will tell you that it is not the time for you to get it. So I'm sorry to disappoint all of you, but you can't actually get the Triforce. You can only watch it for about 3 minutes, no more. Later, Link will be returned to the Temple of Time and everything will be just as before, as if nothing had happened. So I'm sorry, but the mark among the medallions in the status screen is just that, a mark. And it will never hold the Triforce icon in it because it's only a decorative element. With the whole alternative gameplay route to Ocarina of Time set up, this is at least the most creative rumor so far. But what really separates this from the rest is the photographic evidence. So compared to the previous rumors, VGX awards this one a whopping 90%. Almost there, as it only needs 10% from doing it himself to confirm it. Unfortunately, this is where the Odyssey of Hyrule ends in regards to Triforce rumors. VGX made a post about Ariana's fraud exposed, but it's mostly just him storming off in rage about wasting 10 hours trying to figure this one out. He finally realized that someone could just doctor the images, however realistic they seemed at the time. If you really want to though, pause the video and read it here. Anyway, it just shows how fun it is to reminisce, and it seemed like a decade ago that the internet was a much simpler place in terms of needing proof for things. Now to make a rumor so outlandish as giving 90% confirmation, you have to go through some grand Photoshop, After Effects, an overall convoluted process with HD clear videos to shed away all the doubt. Yet there's still hoaxes that gain online traction, and fake videos that even get in the news somehow, but who today would see this image and think it leads anywhere? In the end, all the rumors were just that, rumors. After reading through all of this, I think that every rumor was one of three kinds or had elements of each to try to cover up its fraud. They were either impossible to carry out, had obscure details in an effort to add feasibility, or had doctored photographs. I don't believe everyone on the net had this much blind faith just a decade ago, but it's due to VGX's once optimistic quest to find the ancient relic in this game and firm assertion it had to be in the game that this theater continued as long as it did. It's just part of the human condition, really. When someone wants something so badly, they convince themselves it has to be true. As I've said, the net seemed to be more naive back then, and not yet mature to the volatile nature of the internet. But I don't think it was necessarily true. We may be just as naive today, but instead of getting fooled by doctored photographs, we get fooled by doctored videos. Instead of a convincing email striking our interest, perhaps all those points on a Reddit comment, for example, make it seem much more likely to be true. Our naivety still exists, we just don't notice it because, well, frankly, we can still be naive. In this niche gaming world, the Odyssey of Hyrule has become its own legend and will live on in the passage of time. By reading these rumors, when a game had such an impact on your development and shaped you as a person to wonder about the fantasy, it's surprising how moving it can be just to think back to it, just to listen to an old piece of music or watch an old cutscene. Thank you for taking this nostalgic voyage with me. Well, if you've listened through all of these stories, I'm sure you'll like some other ones as well. Perhaps animated ones, perhaps some from Japan. I'm talking about Crunchyroll and the people who work there who were kind enough to sponsor this episode. Crunchyroll is the most professional anime streaming website you'll find outside of Japan, and you can test out Crunchyroll Premium for 30 days free at crunchyroll.com/Nullatrum. Be sure to check the link in the description. They have unlimited anime, manga, and drama titles, and you can view new episodes just 1 hour after they air in Japan thanks to simulcast. With professional subtitles and ad-free videos in 1080p HD, you could enjoy Crunchyroll on practically any device you can think of. But what kind of anime are we talking here? They've got the newest stuff like Re:Zero about embarking on a fantasy world, or even your classics like Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece in HD. One Piece in HD? That's basically rarer than the Triforce itself. After all, they've probably got what you're looking for, so go ahead and try Crunchyroll Premium at crunchyroll.com/Nullatrum. Be sure to check it out, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe and have a great day.